welcome. This is Transformational Tarot Tuesday live at 12:12 here at Into the Bliss 1717. I'm Carey Lee. I got a whole lot already going in here for you guys. I'm just going to get like right after it. So Spirit wasn't messing around and totally bringing to the surface. Today is the first day Pluto is officially in Aquarius permanently until March of 2043, guys. That's huge, right? And so the archetypes, I always ask Spirit, like when I'm preparing for this, what archetypes are the viewers showing up as? What archetypes do they want to learn about today? And again, these are timeless readings, my loves. I'm tapping into multiple energy threads. So please just take what resonates and leave the rest on the table. Don't make things fit, all right? So the first one that came through, quite fitting, Destroyer. Holy smokes, my loves, Destroyer. So this is giving me big Pluto energy. This is giving me the Death card energy. And it's all about everybody that walks this earth, every living being, every plant, every animal, every human, every structure, every system. It's all subject to the cycles of death and rebirth. So we could be destroying and we could be rebuilding. And the interesting thing about this, obviously, with this being day one, like Spirit, you're friggin' rock. You know what I mean? Like Spirit's not even messing around. It's like, we destroy things, whether it is in our personal life or we can look at this as a global, we can look at this as a universal and a global, perspective. It's like Capricorn, Capricorn has ruled business systems, structures, anything business related, health systems, government, you know what I mean? Religion even, and the order of it, right? And so Aquarius shifts that over into more of a humanitarian, more of a community thought process, more of a healing thought process, right? And so I feel like with the transition of, like, we're looking at this first, like in a global perspective, the transition of going from, I read somewhere individual leadership based type things over to more group leadership based type structure. So this can be about us going through our death and rebirth cycles in terms of, removing people, places, environments, habits, limiting belief structures, limiting ways of thinking, limiting ways of being, and letting that all be destroyed, whether that's on our own account, our own accord, or the tower comes through, Spirit, divine intervention comes through and helps us through that. You know what I mean? Right? Yeah, Sarah, this is actually a cap paying homage to plant medicine. This is actually a cap, one of the originals done by the American Cannabis Nurses Association. I am a registered nurse that specializes in mind, body, spirit health. I've specialized in work with cannabis, hemp, different types of sacred plants, fungi, and also man-made ones. And those can actually be utilized, since we're talking about it, to help us break down and heal within, so that we can truly open up and be our best and highest. So back to the Destroyer card, this is also about, beliefs. This is also about like systems and structures in the world globally that will be destroyed and changed into more humanitarian based type principles. And I think a lot of us here in the States can definitely relate to that when we see what's been happening in the political climate. And I'm not here to make this about politics by any means. It doesn't matter what side of the coin you're on politically. At the end of the day, change is a coming, and it's all astrologically backed up and supported. So another aspect of the Destroyer, the light of it is actually, what I love about this, the second card that came through is the Healer. And these actually go together. The Healer card, it's like you don't have to identify as a nurse or as someone that works in any kind of the healing archetypes, right? Although that definitely reigns true. You could just naturally have this archetype within you, regardless of what your job is, regardless of what your vocation is. You know what I mean? It could just be built into your DNA, built into your type, where you're able to just, whether you're able just leading by example, inspiring or triggering others into being able to look at things differently. And again, break down and restructure these limiting things about them that are holding them back. Or you could actually have gone through a cycle recently. I know I have. I'm not perfect. I'm just like everybody else going through my own deal. It's like you could have been going through a cycle where, you've lost everything. You've lost everything. Maybe you've lost everything in your life and you're literally starting from ground zero and building things back up, right? That's part of the death and rebirth cycle. Sometimes healer, I'm referencing like the wounded healer. A lot of us can identify as the wounded healer. It's like you could have either gone through some type of an illness or some type of chronic illness situation, and or you're in the process of trying to heal that. You discovered that you're actually not just healing that ailment. Maybe you weren't able to heal that ailment or an injury, but you were actually absolutely. It's coming through fast. You were able to actually transform within and clear the vessel out, which has led to you to this new this call to action, to step into a healer's role. You know what I mean? You just have this like this desire, this drive now to help other people through your own pain and suffering and your own death and rebirth. You now have this undeniable desire to be of service to humanity on some level, right? So these actually go together quite well. So let's go ahead and dive into the tarot. There's going to be timestamps, guys. I'm going to have timestamps with the replay so that you can plug in and go right to whether it's Oracle or the tarot or the clarification, whatnot. But I've already got the main spread